Here we go. All right, here we go. And one more. It is the doorbell's ringing. um, anyway, I just had an interview. I just put an interview out, and I'm going to start sharing my magic moment, and then I'm going to let everyone else share theirs. And I'm being on the selfish side. But like a month ago, I met Gina. Well, actually, probably longer than that, at this little school in Leucadia, where her son goes, and they meditate, and I mean, it's just like this magic school that you would want your children to go to, right? You get there, and I'm teaching them, the gratitude, and we do vision boards, and we're talking about affirmations, and I look at Gina, and I just like, oh, I just connect with you, and all the moms there, because we're all like-minded. Because if you're going to send your kids somewhere like that, you have to think the same way. We have to all be in the same um, mindset. Um, and so she came to the first retreat, and she was kind of explaining this green compass, and hi, Violet. um, and then last retreat, she shared these nano gummies that were this, it's a CBD. And I'm saying this so you can understand it where I was coming from before I share Gina. But my magic moment was meeting Gina and learning about this product, because it's really like changed my life. I don't think we understand hemp wellness. And I think it has this like, it's coming into the world, but we haven't really understood it. And once I started to learn from Gina, these nano jellies I give to the girls in the morning, I have it. And then I can like, wow, I feel like calm. And, it's just this, and it's not anything, um, not natural and how your body absorbs. Anyway, Gina, you're my magic moment. I'm sharing you first while we let people on, and just share why you are my magic moment and what you've done for me in the last couple months.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.
I've had so many magic moments with you recently and so appreciate you, coming to our little school and my 7-year-old, coming home and putting his post-it notes, affirmations on his mirror and we say them in the morning and I just so appreciate you and your energy and everything you bring to this community and our world. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Um, so yeah, would you like me to just to share a little bit about kind of Green Compass and how I came
Yeah,
to it?
I think why I want you to share it just briefly. We don't need to go
Okay.
deeply. And if
Okay.
anyone wants more information, then come contact me, because
Yeah.
I'm like when I find something that I can see a difference in my kids, I can see a difference in me, and it's only been 2 or 3 weeks. And
Mhm.
Richard's telling me he's never slept so good in his life. And I'm like, I know. So I'm shouting it to the rooftops, because when I find something that, like even with Holly, she does the Healy. When I heard that and I understand the magic in that, I was like, oh my gosh. But when I find where we're going in this world, and what I'm seeing and what I feel like is like this new technology, these new things like what Gina has shared with me. It's like our bodies are going into this new density, right? And we're all these things are coming at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's opening my eyes to understanding, like, yeah, that those are just the next steps.
Mhm.
So yes, just briefly,
Makes
Gina,
sense.
whatever, like you can.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. So basically, my backstory, I've always been someone that's interested in health and wellness in general, mind, body, soul, and cared about what I put in my body, what I put on my body, um, what we consume from a social media standpoint, all of that. And I talked to my kids about that and had been wanting to really get more into the healing space. And I came across this company, Green Compass, and started learning about hemp wellness and tried it for my family. And it's just, like you said, it just elevates the vibration truly. For me, it just kind of helps take everything down a notch in my house. I have 2 little boys who are very busy and noisy, and it just helps me kind of navigate that time a little bit better. I'm a little more patient as a mother. Instead of reaching for my glass of wine at 5 o'clock, like I was doing a lot during COVID, I'm reaching for my nano jelly, and it's non-psychoactive, clean plant wellness that just really helps balance my system, balances my hormones, helps with pain, inflammation, anxious feelings, uh, hormones, the list goes on. So I started using it. I give it to my children, the non-psychoactive broad spectrum, and it just has really helped my 7-year-old focus more in school. And they're just a little more reasonable to deal with. It's not knocking them out or anything. And then my husband actually had been complaining for months about his neck. And I was like, please just do me a favor, try this for 30 days and tell me how you feel. And he just all of a sudden wasn't complaining anymore. So he was complaining every single day to me about his neck. And so that was just, eye-opening for me. And then an aha moment for me was when I went to my chiropractor one day. And usually I'm there like every couple of weeks getting an adjustment, and I just kind of go as needed. And I went in and he was like, where have you been? You're normally here every couple of weeks. It had been a couple of months. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I haven't needed to come. My inflammation is down. I've been using my CBD products, right? So, um, I think those are like the main things that really stand out to me in terms of just our experience with the products. But overall, it's just a nice little mood booster. I feel a little happier. I feel a little more at ease, a little more patient. I feel like I'm noticing plants more, which is really interesting. I notice like colors more. I feel like I'm driving along and I'm like, oh, this is like such a beautiful day. It's just that energy. And, when you're feeling that good, that's the energy that you're going to bring to the world and to other people. Right. So I just love it so much. And the people that it's brought into my life, because these plants are so high vibrational that they're attracting very high vibe people. And those are the kinds of people that I want to surround myself with. So yeah.
Thank you. I love it. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's my magic moment. Gina's my magic moment. You're all my magic moment. Pamela, do you want to share your magic moment?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I've got my, hold on. Why don't you come back to me?
Okay, I'll come back to you. Violet, do you want to share your magic moment? You just need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
I didn't know I was going to be asked for a magic moment. Was that something I missed last time?
No, I just loved
Oh.
seeing what your this is what happened in your day that was amazing. Any day in the last month.
Can you come back to me? I don't know.
Sure. Tiff, what about you? Tiffany?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just want to share that I'm really excited about Green Compass.
Oh, good.
And just taking it just 5 days, I felt a lot more calm. I tend to get, frustrated with my daughter, and I find that I'm not getting as frustrated. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, cool. I
Thought
love
I'd
that.
share.
She was at the retreat and had it, and then she realized, and during the breath work, after Gina gave us all those jellies, that you just connected quicker to the breath work, and it was definitely a noticeable difference, and everyone was noticing that. Mish, do you have a magic moment?
No. I know Green
What?
Compass because I have friends who do green. Lots of magic moments.
Yeah, just give
I
me a
like to see
magic
animals
moment.
and birds.
Me too.
Well, I was going to a patient's house and I knew that they had a hummingbird nest as you're coming up. And I looked up and the bird was still there. I said, so wait, please. I'm just going to take your picture. And as I took the picture, the bird flew away.
Oh, yeah, that's my magic too. I love being on my walks with the birds and
Yeah.
the trees and all that. Holly, what was your magic moment in the last month? I think you've had a lot because I've been following you.
I've had so many, but I'm going to share a silly magic moment. The other day, I was driving through my town, Fairfax, and I just all of a sudden felt like having an ice cream. I can't think of like a time I've actually stopped to get an ice cream, but this place actually has vegan ice cream because I don't do dairy, and gluten-free cones, which I just find amazing that you can get like a gluten-free, vegan, handmade ice cream. And all of a sudden it was the afternoon. I'm just, God, I really would love one. And so I had to actually turn around to go past the store. And there's always a line out the door. and I had an interview in like 15 minutes. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to find parking, but universe, if I'm meant to have ice cream, then somebody's going to pull out right in front of me. Like count 1, 2, 3, and somebody starts backing out. I'm like, yeah. And I just love it when the universe does that,
I do
like
too.
just those kinds of things. They just put like a sparkle in your step that,
Yes.
so it's a silly magic moment, but
No, I love it.
when we're in the flow and we really start to ask for, we are a more in a flow with the universe, those kinds of things happen all the time.
Oh, for sure. Oh, all the time. Hi, Karen. How are you? So good to see you. Everyone that was at the retreat last time got to meet you in person. What has your magic moment been in the last month?
Except for being in your retreat. That.
Oh.
But I'm with Mish and Holly. It's just been one after the other. I was what was it? I think Thursday night I was meditating just right before bed, and I said, okay, who wants to come through today? And I suddenly just like having a conversation with Archangel Michael. And I asked Archangel Michael, hey, I really want this. What can you help with? And said, well, work with this angel. And he gave me a name, Ezekiel, which I'm not very familiar with angel Ezekiel. So I was like, you lie, there's no angel Ezekiel. Of course, I'm like going Googling. And then there you go. Like there's the YouTube pop up exactly angel Ezekiel and start to tell me who he is and all of that. And the message was that this angel is actually one that can reduce stress, reduce anxiety, calm you down, and things like that. And I'm like, I wonder why I'm working with this angel. And the girl who has this YouTube also showed me like the color this angel has and what so on and so forth. And then I fell asleep, didn't really think about it until the next day. I have a dentist appointment. And I do not like dentists. I don't know if anybody ever liked dentists, and I have a cavity, which added another stress. And I'm like, yeah. And the doctor said, well, what if I can, just do it right now so you don't have to come back? So I'm like, okay, fine. And that drill start, right? That sound of like, I'm like, oh. And that's when I'm like, Angel Ezekiel, I asked you to be here, calm me down. I kid you not, all of a sudden it was just, the dentist was starting to have a conversation with me, even though she probably knows that I can't really hear her. And then the person who was assisting was kind of like being very gentle for some reason during the whole process, very different than usual. Like the way that he positioned the water suction and everything like that, and he almost kind of like leaning as if like taking care of me, which I'm feeling like the angel was there to kind of like calm me down. And just hearing the conversation that's somehow soothing me, and the drill sound, which in the beginning sound like something that is just going to take me, to the next level to like anxiety, somehow it reduced down into a level that was soothing. And then I was flooded with this blue color, which is the angel's Ezekiel's color. And in my prayer, I asked for ease, for ease and speed. And that the whole thing only took about less than 30 minutes. I don't know how she did it because I know that one was pretty deep. But it went very smooth, very easy, very fast. And I came out, it was like, oh, okay, like nothing happened. So
Aw, I love it. Oh,
yeah,
thank you. That was amazing. Wendy, what about you?
Hi. I always like struggle because this is my day off, so I don't have any makeup on or anything. But anyways,
Oh, we don't care, believe
yeah.
me.
But mine, well, this past month is like almost a month ago, I had a really bad reading from someone that like I normally have had really good readings with for like a couple years. And I don't know, it was like really toxic and like an energy dump. So I felt really terrible for a few weeks. And then I saw someone for like a Reiki theta meditation that I see every once in a while in person on Friday. And it was just like, it just cleared everything. And I just feel so much better. And so and I don't know, it was just so weird because I've never had a problem with with this other person, but it was just like some darkness came over and it was bad. So I felt
Huh.
really terrible for a few weeks, and I never had that experience. And then I just feel so much better. And then, as you and I were just texting, but just hearing about Green Compass tonight, and I'm just doing housework and stuff, and I just saw the YouTube come up really quick, and I listened to it, and I'm hoping really good things, because yeah, my husband has really bad chronic neck pain, and it's a really big struggle, because it really makes him have a lot of problems. And so he sleeps really bad, he's irritable, and he's just in pain all the time. So we'll see. I mean, he's tried many things, but I think that something about it is speaking to me, so I think that it could be great.
Oh, I love it. Yes, I do too. And it's funny when you texted me today, and I was thinking about you after I did the interview this morning. And I was like, and then when you were texting me this morning, like, give me some new YouTube videos because now I'm watching your YouTube. And so I sent you Geliana from the Spirit Soul, the Soul Contract. You'd already watched that. And then I kind of got busy and got into that interview. And then I was thinking, Wendy. And then you texted me first. So that was so cool. I loved it.
Yes, it felt very aligned.
Yeah, I love it. So I knew that you were coming to me. Okay, Sonia, what about you?
I love how you start with magical moments, because many times I remember coming in and thinking or not thinking about magical moments or wins, because I can be so focused on the day to day. But I can say I had a lot of magical moments this past month, and a lot of family and friends. So a lot of quality time with family and friends. We hosted a barbecue. We flew to Mexico to see family members that live in Sydney, Australia. So we met there. And my daughter's been in a great mood, considering she's an early teen. She's very loving, so I'm very grateful for that. And I went to a silent retreat last Friday, and I didn't have much to journal, but something that was clear and came up is that I'm going to one of your retreats. I'm flying to San Diego to one of your retreats.
Yay! I just gave me goosebumps. I love it. Oh, that makes me happy. I mean, I love it so much. I can't even explain it. Violet, are we coming back to you? Are we ready for a magic moment? You're not? You don't have to be. Mish?
I was just thinking, how come you don't have longer retreats like the Joshua one?
Yeah, they're coming. I'm
Okay.
manifesting.
Because I was just thinking, I'm like, I think it's time she starts that.
I think you're right. You're right. I know you're right. It is coming.
Yay. Okay.
Yes. And I think what I'm doing now is getting through summer, and I can feel like the August one will be like catapulting my mind into what's coming in October. Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean, it's interesting too, when, I listen to Bashar a lot, and he always talks about following your passion and don't question it and don't think of the outcome and don't expect anything and just keep going whenever. And, I had my leaf reading, and so all these
Yeah.
things go into my mind, and I'm like, I'm just keep going. I know it's coming. I'm just going to keep picking up the breadcrumbs. Yeah. I love it. Who haven't, Pamela, are you my last magical moment before we get started?
Yes.
Who's going to Bashar with me?
Yes, I'm so excited. And apparently I just had a magical moment, because as soon as I unmuted myself before the dogs start barking, because my son, my biggest magical moment, and I'm going to start tearing up, he celebrated his 13th birthday on
Oh,
Friday. He's looking at me with a weird look right now. He's like, "Mom, don't embarrass me." But no, he had his 13th birthday, and it was fabulous. And the whole month of May has been absolutely wonderful. I mean, just May in general, especially being a mom, when you've got all the end of the year activities, and the award ceremonies and big projects, and just watching them move to from one aspect of their lives to the next aspect of their lives is always exciting to me. But yeah, my son becoming a teenager is a huge step, and The dogs were barking because he just got his Amazon delivery for something that he's been saving up his money for. So it was that big moment of it's here, it's here, it's here. So,
Oh,
but yeah, and then also, the May retreat that I got to attend was absolutely magical, as always. So, and then just last week, I actually listened to, and I'm going to say her name wrong,
Galliana.
Galliana. And I went on to her, based on your interview with her, Ashley. I went onto her website and I did it, the soul contract stuff and what have you. And she's got a fabulous self-guided instructions on there on how to read your soul contract if you're not able to get an actual reading one-on-one with her. And I have to say that it confirmed so much that I had already been told, but to see it in a different form
Mhm.
from a different avenue, it was just completely eye-opening and confirming on so many things.
Yeah.
So yeah, this whole month's just been magical. So.
Yeah, good. I love it. Yeah, that was for all of you. We're talking about this woman. She's on my YouTube channel. I interviewed her last week, and it was from somebody who reached out to me that listened to the podcast, and we got on a Zoom just to meet because I love doing that. And she goes, could you contact this woman, Galliana? She lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and she does these soul contracts. And so she's like, I think it would be fun for you to interview her. So she did the reading on the interview for my soul contract. You give your full name at birth on your birth certificate. You can listen to it, but that's what she's talking about. And yeah, we have the human design, we have gene key, we have all these different modalities that we can find things of why we do, what we're about, astrology, but yeah, soul contracts, very interesting. So highly recommend that episode when it comes out. It will come out in like 3 weeks, but you can listen to it. You can always listen to all my episodes on YouTube before they come out on the podcast because I just put them on. And then Yana's here, and then we're going to start with Holly. Yana, I know you just got here. We're sharing magic moments, and I would love to see your pretty face.
Hi.
Do you have a magic moment from your month of May?
Magic moments from a month of May. I don't know. I'm kind of not ready to speak, I guess.
That's okay.
So many magical things. Like I've always wanted to take care of puppies, and I found a place where I can foster puppies. So this is my month of May, maybe a month of June, so I can show you one here.
Oh my gosh.
This is my little foster. I have him for 2 weeks. So this is my magical, something that I put out in the universe like a few years ago, and I found a place where I can foster puppies. This is my unimaginable life.
Oh, I love it. I don't think I could foster because they'd all stay with me.
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't give them back.
Yes, I am. I'm doing it this way. I love it.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you for letting me share.
Oh, you're so sweet. So good to see you. So now on to Holly Copeland. You are going to, if you haven't listened to the episode, I would listen to that after tonight, but so you can kind of get her background and kind of why she does what she does. And I just really connected with her. I asked her to come to the August retreat. We're still talking about it. She lives up in Northern California, but she has family in San Diego. So it would be not a hard travel time. And she just does so many amazing things. I told her just do her magic tonight. So she's going to share her magic, and we're all going to enjoy Holly. So welcome. Come on in.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. Oh my
You're
gosh,
welcome.
I'm so delighted to be here with all of you. So thank you so much for inviting me on. And yeah, just very excited to dive into frequency and sound and soul songs and all the things with you guys today, give you an experience, tell you a little bit about the frame of how I see the world and what has unfolded. And hopefully that can be an inspiration, but also I want to give you some direct experience too. So we're going to do some working with frequency with tuning forks and sound bowls and this little magical device called a Healy that I'm in love with. So give you all a chance to experience all of that. And I know many of you have heard the episode, but I do feel like I just want to just a little bit just share how I landed here, if that feels okay.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, to just give a little background. So I'm a mom. My I have twin girls that are 20. I am a former ecologist. I had a whole career with the Nature Conservancy and University of Wyoming as a research scientist and ecologist. And about what's going on 6 years ago now, I came to a point in my life where I realized I just was carrying so much sadness and grief for the world, and how, the environmental havoc. So all of that kind of sadness was sitting in my heart, and all of the work that I had done up to that point of feeling like I'm doing my thing, and I'm helping the world, and isn't this great? It just felt like it was never enough anymore. Like just, it would never be enough. It wasn't enough. And I just felt like I was caught in this endless day to day of waking up and doing the same thing over again and it not being enough. I don't know if anybody can relate to that feeling, but it definitely had just like an existential crisis of what is this all for kind of feeling to it. And that caused me to go on a deep soul search. And I had done some spiritual work, but this was deeper. This was in like a more deeper meditative place. And I also had a health crisis at the time too. And so I was dealing with that. And when I started to really do that work and take the red pill, as it were, into the matrix with meditation and everything, and what I was shown through that work and through plant medicine, and how it pulled me through into this deeper understanding of like, what's really happening here? Like, who are we and what is this all for? And as those realizations came to me and I started to understand, not from a knowledge conceptual place, which is where I had been, of like an idea of spirituality, but in a deeper knowing of who I really am and what this is about. And each of us that are, incredible divine beings, like the eyes of God looking out at each other, like I am looking at myself. And you are all the same. You are looking at yourself. We're all mirrors for each other. And as I started to really get that, and even when I say get that, it sounds like there's an ego who gets that, because that's not even it. It's just like a deep knowing in my heart of how things are. I shifted my whole life. Then I redirected to be a coach. And then I got really interested in sound and frequency because I grew up steeped in music. And I'd always just was fascinated by the way that sound and music they can transform us, right? We can listen to one song on the radio and it can completely shift our mood. And that experience of the way that sound can transform us really was something I guess it was very powerful and visceral for me. And so I started to work with frequency and studies tuning forks. And I was just amazed in this work with Eileen McCusick about the way that what I came to understand through her was that we could use tuning forks to actually go into our bioenergetic fields, right? Because we're all bioenergetic. We have an auric or a biofield around us. And the way Eileen describes it is like our memories, our emotions, our vibrations in this field around us, and we can contact them, the Akash would be another way to say it. And we can use tools like this, or like this, or like this to, what I understand now is that our sadness, our grief, our pain is just a vibration in the field, and we can work with that and we can change it. So we don't have to live with it. We can alchemize it. And so I want to do some alchemy with us today to alchemize the fields. And ultimately, I see that we are all singing a soul song. Like like this is a great symphony that's happening here. And each of us is an instrument in this beautiful symphony, you know? And what I want to know is like, what song are you singing? You know, and how can I help you? And how can you help yourself to sing that song clearer and more vibrantly and more brilliantly? Because that's when we're in the magic space, right? When we're like unabashedly, authentically us, it feels amazing. Like we're unstoppable. Nothing can penetrate that. No fear can't, it can't, it can't outshine us in our brilliance, our soul song. And so to me, working with frequency and vibration, and like what you were talking about, Gina, with Green Compass, like plants are vibrational too, right? You said that. And they're so beautiful. I've worked with so many plant teachers and continue to, because they help attune us to the magical world. And this is the other thing that happened, and where my work is really going, was that I call it now my path of inner rewilding, because it feels like what's happening is we're all becoming more we're rewilding out of the conditioning, out of the taming that the culture has like heaped on us. So this singing of our soul song is a kind of rewilding back to who we really are. And one of the ways that we can do that is through attuning to the natural world, because plants, you know, whether we ingest them or whether we just touch them or listen to them, or all the different ways we can work with them, are here to help us attune. Like everything in the natural world is here to help us sing our soul song. So, you know, that's why being in nature is so helpful, right? And to me, it's more than just like taking a walk in nature, although that's really beautiful. To me, it's actually starting to be very deliberate in listening. Like listen to the song of, like, when was the last time you just walked outside and listened to the song of the land that you're on? Like, what song is she singing? You know, or listen to, you know, go listen to a river. Or like I've started to have a relationship with the wetland that used to be underneath the condominium that I'm on. And I discovered that, you know, this whole place that I live used to be a wetland. And, you know, and part of my journey that I've been shown is like to start to just listen to her and build a relationship with her. So it is like building a relationship with this alive, intelligent, animate universe that we're in, because we are nature. But in order to really understand that, we need to be in relationship with it. And the best way to be in relationship, right, is to listen. So like just to start to listen to the tree outside your house, like walk outside, put your hands on it. What story do you have to tell me? And I know that sometimes, like for me, at first it can just feel like I'm making up a story in my head, like what she's saying, but actually think that you know, just to stay with it, to just keep putting our hands on, to keep listening and trusting, because it's also a big path of trusting. So I know that's been a lot of talking at you, but I just wanted to lay the groundwork and give you a feeling for like where I'm coming from. And I would say that ultimately for me, this is a homecoming. This has been a homecoming for myself of really feeling like I belong here on earth. And one thing that happened to me was I realized that my spiritual path had been one of like, I'm going to transcend this place into some better angelic realm where everybody's nice and, you know, we're all kind to each other. And what I was shown, and what I'm here to I guess be a teacher for, a mentor for, demonstrate, is that to me, this is a deeply embodied homecoming of like, we get to be earthlings and we get to feel the joy and the magic that's here right now in this place, not to transcend it into an angelic realm, but to like feel how good it is here even with the chaos, even with all the obvious pain that so many people are going through. But I actually think that the more of us that ground into how, and we, in order to do this, we first have to feel it inside our hearts. And I'll explain about that journey, and then we'll do the journey. To feel that, we have to really start to come home to whatever's here. So whatever grief and sadness and pain you feel, you have to actually meet that with love, because we can't bypass it. So we have to start to work with it. And then the more we do that inner work of really meeting ourselves with whatever's here, then we get to fully reclaim the joy that it is to be a human. And that's what I want for all of us, to really feel how amazing and miraculous it is to be here. And for all of us to be examples of that. That's how we'll change the world, that we, needs us. Yeah. Okay. Does that feel resonant? Is that like people, does that feel, just nod your head so I can feel like if this feels resonant to you guys. Awesome. Okay, good. Okay. So, so the first thing that I want to, so this journey, this inner rewilding journey, there are 4 pieces. So in the next half hour, I want to kind of take you through a little mini version of the 4 pieces. And the first piece is awakening. I'll tell you all 4 and then we'll move through it. But the first one is awakening to peace. The second one is attuning to the cosmic dance, attuning to the cosmic dance, the vibrational universe. The third one is allowing the natural flow. And the fourth one is aligning to our soul song. So it's a little bit like a mandala or a wheel, a compass. And the awaken to peace, I start there because what happened to me in my own journey is that until we understand that the nature of our being is already peace, then we're always striving for something out there. So the teachings from Mahamudra and Dzogchen that I was taught, the fundamental, this is like the basic direct awakening practice. Many of you may have done this, but it's always nice to just, everybody guides differently. So, if I'll just trust that, this will land for you wherever you are, and maybe you'll get a new nugget on it. But to really feel that the nature of who we are is peace, and that peace is already here. And then from there, we can, once we are that, then we can start to work with the vibrational universe and then allow the flow. And then voila, our soul song comes to life. And then we get to co-create magically with the world. And so let's just do a little pointing on awaken to peace, because I love direct awakening practices. And when this dropped into my lap and I understood and I had this personal experience, it was so life-changing for me. And I really feel like this is a 5-minute thing. This can be. I mean, of course, you can take this very, very deep, but the initial pointing is not complicated. So let's just start there. And so I invite you to close your eyes with me and just take a few long, slow breaths in the belly to ground into the space that's here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to come back to what is most essential. What is the most essential aspect of you that's here? And we're going to remove anything that's not essential. So we first closed our eyes and we removed sight. And then I want you to just feel into the body, feel the sensations on your skin. Just notice there's a body here breathing, and you can feel that. But also notice that this is an experience you're having that's coming and going. So we can feel how sensation is arising, we see it, and then it drops away. So anything that is arising and dropping away, this isn't what we're referring, this is not your essential being. How could it be? Because if it was, right, you can't come and go from your experience. Right? The one thing you know is that you, your essential being, has always been here. So feel that part of you that has not come and gone. And for me, it's very helpful to just feel back into when I was like my earliest memories, maybe when I was 6 or 7, and I can feel this knowingness of Holly that has persisted, even though I've had millions and millions of sensations and experiences. But there's a knowingness of me that has not come and gone. And that's what we're referring to. So feel into yourself this knowing quality of you that has persisted through all time, through your whole experience of being you. And so notice that it's not that sound, for example, let's just go to sound. In your ears, sound has come and gone through your experience of times. Words have come and gone, come and gone. They're coming and going now. But the knowing of hearing has not come and gone, the knower. And feel into, so we touched on sight, sound, sensation, taste, right? Many, many tastes. Think of all the different meals you've ever had. And there's a knowing of that taste. We're referring to the knowing, not the taste itself. And then feel into emotion. So how many millions and millions of feelings that you've had, sadness, joy, they've come and gone, come and gone. But you, the knower, has always been here. So you're not any of those emotions. How could you be? And then we'll turn to thought. And notice how you've had billions and millions of different thoughts about this and about that, and how they've come and they've gone. But consider this, no thought you've ever had has stayed. And don't take my word for it, just check for yourself, is this true? For all of what I'm saying, just test this for yourself. I want this to be your first person experience, not something you're taking my word for, but something you're experiencing. No thought I've ever had has stayed. So how could you be a thought? And when you know, when you've kind of gone through, as we have, each of these different aspects of our experience of being human, then feel into the essential quality, this essential knower that is you. That is not a thought or a feeling or an emotion or a sight or a sound or a taste or any aspect of your experience. There's just now knowing. And just sit now. As the knower. And what the Tibetans say is that this nature of your being, the knower, is peace. And see for yourself if this is true, if you've taken out all of the things, the aspects of experience to just knowing, is this, your essential being, the knower, peaceful? Because if that's true, then who you really are is peace. It's not something you have to make happen. It's not something you have to manufacture. It's not something you have to wait for the kids to be quiet, for the dog to start barking, for the house to be clean, to feel peace. Because it's actually your natural state. It's what and who you really are. And the Tibetans, again, they call this the ground of being. And what if you knew this and you could always find it? You could always return to it anytime. How would your life be different? And I invite you before you, or as you open your eyes, but before, don't open them yet, to just see if when you open your eyes, you can stay connected to this ground of being, stay connected to the knower, that even as your eyes, when they gently open, a little bit like you just have an awareness of the awareness. You're not lost in the movie. Let's see if you can stay connected to that while you're awake in the world. And when you're ready, inviting you to open your eyes. And yeah, I guess I would just invite a minute or two of sharing if anybody wants to share from the space of awareness, from the space of what that's like. If you felt like you contacted it, maybe contacted something new, I would just love to hear any sharing.
I just love when you said, we can access that at any time. And, as you were talking, I was really trying to just imagine myself in those moments in my life when things are chaotic. And yes, we have all the tools and the breath work, but this is also another tool to kind of take us back to this moment and remember that I am peace. And that all the other stuff is just distraction and chaos. It's like that saying, like, everything that happens to you is like 10%, but I can't exactly, I'm going to botch this, but it's like 90% is
Your reaction.
right?
Yeah.
Your reaction to it, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of thing. Like, how can we just sit solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
In whatever's going on around us and just be the peace. Yeah.
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly. Love
Good.
it. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I looked at it too when you were saying like we're just here, like passing through, and just visualized myself as this like um just this being that, these things just pass through and let them pass through, and I kept seeing it just keep passing through. And that is another tool, like Gina said, like I feel, you know, when I was visualizing that, and it helped with my eyes closed because I could see when you were talking how my thoughts or what, everything, it's like it's just we're here, we're right here. That's nothing. That's not me.
Exactly. Exactly. And that really gets to one of the other elements in the wheel is allowing the flow. It's like that surrender is so key, to not attach to anything, but just feel it all passing through. And, and allowing, like, if fear comes up, to just be like, oh, there's fear, and we can, or sadness, and we could still get, be with the emotion. It's not like we even have to be detached. And in fact, I think feeling it and giving ourselves permission to deeply feel is super important. But what I notice in my work and my work with clients is that if we really feel that feeling without that story, we'll it'll shift much more quickly. The reason our feelings stick around, you know, is because we perpetuate them with a lot of judgment, criticism, and other things that we put on. But yeah, we can literally just start to have a different relationship with what's happening here in a way that just like lets it pass through. You know, we don't try to stop the flow of life. Yeah. Anyone else?
Going once?
I just wanted to say mine was weird. I just felt like I was walking through, in my mind, I was walking through Cilia. Now, I just Googled Cilia, and that's exactly how I felt. Hang on. Like I was walking through that. And cilia is what attaches, it's part of the cell. And it's hair like, I don't know why I would feel like I'm walking in that, but that's what I felt.
Fascinating.
That's really weird.
I love it. Yeah. So you actually felt like you were walking through the celia.
Yeah, as I started to meditate, it's like I was walking through that, and like all the tips are just lighted up.
Yeah. Great. Amazing. Yeah. And you know, when we like, this is when we meditate and really it feels to me like what you're describing so beautifully is that when we start to meditate in this way and we become very attuned to the present moment of what's happening, then it starts to come alive, and we can see the more subtler realms of what's actually happening.
Cool.
Yeah, by moment by moment. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, so that grounding, that awakening to peace is just, I mean, for me, that was so transformative when I started to work with these practices of grounding into that, knowing that my essential nature is peace. And then the other, and allowing, but then I want to touch to frequency, because once we kind of get that the ground of our being is still and peace, then what's happening with this animate, alive universe? And it's arising or unfolding, like David Bohm has said, the implicate order is unfolding in this, you know, this cosmic dance that's happening, the Shakti that's arising. And if we start to attune to that dance through frequency, there's a whole different experience we can have as a human, where we're working with these frequencies in a very supportive way, supportive for healing, supportive for basically anything, manifestation. We can like join the dance, as it were, with our instrument. And so I want to give you a little taste of that through a short tuning. And I also want to share a little bit about this little device, the Healy, because before I got onto the group, I actually did a scan of the group, and I'm going to share that, and then we're going to do a little vibration. So let me just quickly say, this is a Healy. It is a quantum frequency device. It was developed by a man named Markus Schmieke, who's a quantum physicist in Germany. And it has the ability to locate us in the quantum field, each of us individually. So like I worked with Ashley, and we did a little, yeah. I can do an individual aura scan, and I can, with this, even remotely, and then look at your field and look at what's going on. And if anybody's interested, you can schedule a free demo call with me, and I'll give you a link for that. But what we can also do is we can have it scan groups and then do readings on groups. And then the amazing thing is it doesn't just analyze the field, but it actually sends us supportive frequencies for healing. And so this is the transformative power of it. It actually does healing work. So it's really amazing. And so I before I got on here, created the group in the quantum field as an entity. And then I did an I Ching analysis on this group because it's one of my favorite things is you can do all these different kinds of esoteric analyses, but I Ching happens to be my favorite, one of my favorites. And so, Ashley, I think you'll really appreciate this, like what came through. So the first heck trigram that came up for this group was peace. The peace symbolizes peace and indicates a time of harmony and flourishing, which I thought was super beautiful. And then the second one that came up was taking influence, symbolizes the influence and attraction. And I really felt like this group is very influential in your leadership, Ashley. So you're like the basis of this group is peace and then being very influential in the world. And then the next one was the followers, which symbolizes a time of wisdom, foresight, and adaptation, which I thought was super beautiful. So it has the attribute of movement and joy in movement. So again, we're talking about the whole group as a whole. And then keeping still was the next one. And it symbolizes peacekeeping and is found in connection with being in one's own power. So like right to what we just did of standing in our ground and the power in that. And the last one was risk abyss. So symbolizing the overcoming of the abysmal by truthfulness. So this is some aspect of, of standing in truth. So what I'm going to do, this takes about 1 minute and 20 seconds. And so I'm going to actually run a healing for all of us based on this that will help support everyone in the group into these qualities. And what I invite you to do while we do this is to just simply go ahead and close your eyes. And I'm going to start it right now. And you may or may not feel this. Everybody has sort of different levels of it, sensitivity. But just go ahead and open yourself to receive the frequencies. Okay, so that finished. I'm curious. Does anybody you can just raise your hand or put a thumbs up. Could you feel the frequencies working? Ashley? Sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh, yes, I felt it when I was with you that when we did it last time, I think when I'm understanding it, like I really felt it, like it's that I think it's an allowing, think if people don't feel it, it's because they're not allowing that feeling to like come into them,
Yeah.
like that openness, like we were just talking about. But yes.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. And I'm just curious, have other people, I didn't really ask at the beginning, have you worked with frequency-based healing before? Has anyone kind of had that experience? Awesome.
Just a sound healing, not that.
Okay, sound
That's
healing.
what you're doing.
Yeah. And sound healing is beautiful, and it's where I got started. And I'll do a little bit of that in just a minute. But what's amazing about this, so there are like over 200 different programs And this is working at the cellular level. So we're all energetic beings, right? In an energetic body, right? We know that. And the cells communicate through electricity. So this is going to, rather than, like the biochemical way, and there's some great, biochemical, whether we're talking about a pharmaceutical or a plant medicine, that's many of those are working at the biochemical level, but this is working at the more direct frequency level to send your body frequencies that have the qualities of these different plants or, substances, crystals, anything, but we can be very direct with them. So what this device has is it has programs that target specific things, inflammation, sleep, immunity. There's like 300 of them directly through frequency. So, but it also has a way to not just send you these frequencies, but to actually interact with your field to know like what's happening in my field. And then this device will actually it will look at my field and then send me frequencies that will support that healing. So it's pretty remarkable. And so I guess I just want to say about that, that gave you a little taste of that. And if you want more, you're interested, by all means, I'll share my information at the end, but by all means, reach out to me and we can do a private demo session and I can share more about it with you. Okay. And then I want to move, we'll go about 10 more minutes, something like that. Is that about right, Ashley?
Yes, perfect.
Okay,
Okay.
great. So then what I want to do is I want to introduce a little tuning fork magic for you. And so biofield tuning by Eileen McCusick. So I said, again, we work in the energetic field. And what I'm going to do here is each of us has an earth star and a sun star, a chakra below our feet and above our head. And I'm going to tune both of those up and then get the energy between them moving to kind of charge up our fields. So I do these individually, but today I find this can be the most helpful, especially for a group. So yeah, so let's do that. Okay. So again, okay, so I'm just gonna invite you to close your eyes and just start to breathe long and deep into your belly to just ground into the body. And here we invite in all of your guides, angels, spirits, archangels, and ascended masters to support us in this attunement. And we also call in that because we're doing a group tuning, to only what is in your best and highest good and frequency wise is allowed in, and or anything else that's not serving you just passes right through. So just set an intention that only what is in your best and highest good will be received by you today. Okay, good. And I'm going to come down to the feet now. And I'm going to bring this fork down below the feet. And I immediately feel it dropping down into the belly. Okay, so I'm going to invite all of us to send energy down through your feet, down into the earth. Let's ground together. So send that grounding cord down into the earth, wrapping around the crystalline core, anchoring you to the earth. A lot of clearing here, down. And anything that's not serving you, just imagine you can send it down through those roots into the earth and she'll compost it. So you don't need to hold on to anything. She's got you. Good. There we go. And then I can really feel everybody sinking down now. Nice. And then imagine that up from the earth is coming this liquid golden nectar. It's going to come up through your feet, come up through your belly, and come into your heart and invite this golden nectar into your heart space from the earth. She's nourishing you. Take a deep breath right into your solar plexus. Sometimes the energy feels like it can get a little stuck there. So, and here, just surrender. The earth's got you. So you deeply trust all is well. Go back into that space of ground, the space of peace. Peace is your natural state. Deeply trusting that all is well, no matter how it appears on the outside. And letting that goodness from the earth come up and open up into your heart, nourishing your heart. Good. Okay, now the soul sun star above the head wants to be corrected and magnified. So we're coming up in. So bring your awareness into the space above your head, about 8 or 10 inches. This is your soul star or sun star. Waking up this energy. This is where your life purpose is stored. And then connecting you into the sun. And imagining or opening your crown, and light from the sun is traveling down through the top of your head, down through your neck, your chest, into your heart. Whew. Again, I feel a lot of energy dropping down through the belly. Settling, 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 and just feeling this light from the sun washing down through your whole body, charging you up. Okay. Now I'm activating the 2 and the space in between to allow the energy to flow between. So feel how your whole toroidal field is flowing from your Earth star to your Sun star, and then flowing around in a donut shape. Good, 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 good. We'll just finish here with a little sparkly energy from the 512, charging up your heart. Okay, and I want you to do the last few ohms with me in my bowl. So come into your heart space. Oh, take a exhale all the way out. Take a nice inhale, and we'll do 3 ohms. And just feel into your energetic field. Notice what you feel. Notice what might feel different or new. Suspending any judgment, just feel what you notice. And in these last few minutes, and opening your eyes, maybe you wiggle your fingers and toes. And I especially want you to feel into this soul song that is you, that you are singing. Your field is activated. And if you were to feel into your soul song, this alive animacy that of the universe coming through you, just feel the qualities of that. Feel the qualities of your soul song. How the universe is uniquely coming through you. And I would invite everybody to pick 3 words and put them in the chat that are the essence of your soul song that you are here to be, share, express into the world. And if somebody would like to unmute and share, that's fine too. But I invite everybody here to please share with us your soul song words when you're ready. Mine are joy, stability, and love.
Mine are love, connection, and trust.
Thank you. And Mish, fun, love, and excitement. I love it. Yeah, I feel it too. I feel the fun, love, and excitement in you. Absolutely. You can unmute and just share. I mean, we can be a free for all here.
Yeah, I feel that. Wait just a sec. What? Are you gonna make it? Thank you. Yeah, I feel I after that last one, oof, it's like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, love it. Harmony, passion, and learner. Nice.
That's Wendy.
Wendy, okay. Beautiful, Wendy. And Karen, calm, flow, and harmony. Beautiful. Thank you, Karen. And Violet, peace, love, and kindness. Yay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
I feel so, that just everything that you just did, Holly, like it just is a connection, a connection to who we are and an understanding of, um, like when you put your 3 words down, like it's that and everything. We're all, like you say, we're all looking at each other. And so when I see Mish say that, I'm like, oh, that's what I am. We're all a reflection of each other. And it's just so um, amazing to live like that. And it's like I live in that way all the time, and nothing excites me more when I see all of you, like seeing that you have that in you and that we're all a reflection of each other.
Exactly. Like, not, I am so with you, Ashley. Like, nothing excites me more. And then it's like, it, we each get to be the beautiful divine expression that we're here to be, and I get to see that. I get to see how it comes out through you and how it comes out through Mish and how it comes out through Gina and Sonia and Violet and Tiffany and Wendy and Yana and Karen. Like, we get to be that for each other, you know?
Right.
It's really incredible. Like what else? There's, doesn't need to be anything else. Like that's it.
Yep. And if I could, I've been saying this lately, but um instead of taking life so seriously, live in these 3 words that you put down on there and just live that way. Cause it's not, I had my dear friend Dominic Zenden just pass away last week. And he's been on my podcast 3 times, and I met him through the Joshua group. And it's like this, 61 years old. And, I parent in the moment and I live in the moment. But what I was getting through with you was like, we never know when our exit point is coming. And, I live in that love and all the things that we just wrote: excitement, connection, peace, kindness, calm, flow, harmony. Live like that, and you will have no regrets. And when the day is your time to be done, then you did everything you were supposed to do. And I mean that with my whole heart. Like when a life leaves and you realize, like, wow, I used to, I don't know if some of you probably know Dominic. I know Mish and the people that followed my podcast. When his wife reached out a few days ago to tell me that he passed away suddenly, and I was like, huh. And he was always the one that would, give me advice on what it was like in the afterlife. And, and now he knows, right? Like all of his, but when we talked just now and we were doing this like visualization, I was thinking about, I live in this calm space, and it's like living in that place of love and knowing that's all that there is. That's it. Like, and if we can come to that place now and where we're living, like realizing that we are these humans that chose, these spirits that chose this human experience, like it's amazing to think that we're all sitting here, and we all are. Like after my soul contract interview with Galliana, like everyone on this call, we're all souls. We're all on a soul. We're all together. There's a connection. There's no accidents in these who are on this call or who listen to this later. We're all together. We're all connected. We all have a soul contract. It's not like I can look at each of these little squares with you pictures in it and know that I have that connection with you 100%. Like not even a question. I know that we are soul connected as like there's a contract. I mean, I hate to even say a contract because I just know we're all connected. Like there's no question to me. And that knowing when you feel and when you meet somebody, when you know that feeling. I mean, I can go back to Sonia and Natalia, her 6th grader that I've known since 2020. I was telling her 4 years ago, I knew you when you were in like this little tiny little girl in 2020 suffering in the quarantine, sitting at home. And now here you are graduating as 6th grade. She's like, that's been 4 years, and I'm like, she's in my soul I connect with her, we connect. And it's just when you look at life in that way, and when you go to the grocery store, you go to and you go anywhere and you look at people and you're like, wow, like there's a reason I'm connecting with you and connect. I connect every single day with every single person. And if it's not a match, it's not a match. But, that's where we're at. Like, I feel that way. Anyway, Holly, I didn't mean to take over, but you ignited that in me in this last feeling of like, here we are. Like, what are we going to do? Like, even Mish, you know what? Like when you said, why aren't you doing these like weekend retreats? That touched me. I'm like, really? Like, I know that's coming to me, but for you to say that and then I started visualizing that when Holly was doing the thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to be doing that. But that helped me, like, thank you for saying that. Like that people would want to do that. So anyway, that's my
So glad.
take on Holly's magic.
So glad you took over. That was perfect. Thank you. So perfect. Yeah. That's all I got.
Oh, thank you. But reach out to Holly if you want to know, even get a fun reading with that Healy. It's so fun to um, have that experience. And I don't
Yeah.
know, until next, we won't get together till August. We're traveling to Greece, the girls and I. That's not been on my vision board, and we're making that come true. And so, you know, I enjoy your summer. Today, our summer started with the girls. You know, it's so fun to. I remember the days where they were little, and I was telling Natalia, like, when does summer start? Like, it's a day and a half. And she had it all, you know, to the day and the time and when it was gonna. But yeah, I just, enjoy the summer and be in the moment and do all the things that Holly just said and connect and go to nature and see the trees and hear the birds and come to my retreat in August and feel the magic. And yeah, I just we're here. This is a miracle, we're all here. We're these, I feel I don't want to, like, we're the chosen, we chose to be here and make every single moment count because this is our life. And just like Dominic never thought he'd be done, but he chose to leave. And we don't know our exit point, so enjoy every single moment. It's been a big reflection for me after that happened a few days ago. So when someone passes, and I know we're all here to pass because that's what we came here for, but when that really happens and it's an unexpected, you don't take for granted these people that are in our lives, and we live to the fullest in love, and the love that you feel so deeply, and I feel deeply that with all of you. Um, it's just like you can't love more. Like, it just makes you want to love more, right? So just, I guess I would leave that on that, like, love more.
Love more.
Karen, yeah, love more. Maybe
Love
I should make some t-shirts. Love more. We
I'll
need to
buy
get
one.
we need to get some merch. Like
Yeah.
the daughters would say, "Where's your merch?"
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, love more. Like, and it's so, like, when you think of life, like, love more. Be at the store, be at the gas station, be at the when I'm at Pilates and I see I sit there and observe, and I've done this Pilates class for like 12 I mean, Presley was probably 2, so she's 15. I probably have the highest number of classes I've taken. I'm just that routine girl. I've known all these people. And when you see people that come in there and they're closed and they're not, and you want to wake them up, that's what I do. I'm like, "Hi." Like, I'm gonna wake, like, "Oh, shoot, I gotta talk to the girl." But I just, like, it's like, here we are. Like, that's my, like, the time I'm in the public when I'm at my Pilates class or grocery, why I'm saying grocery store, what are things I do when I'm out of my little house. But yeah, make a difference. Be the love. Make the checker at the grocery stand um smile. Make them realize that you're listening. All those little things. Do that when you're with your kids, so they see the magic in that. I mean, my girls can't go to Target without complimenting every single person that they see, because that's all I've taught them. But, it's like, I don't know. It's like we don't have to be in this. I never watch the news, so I don't know what's going on. So you could never ask me a question about that. But when you realize the magic and just like closing your eyes like Holly did and just going through those places and realizing really why we're here and what we're supposed to do, it's all about love. I mean, it's pretty simple, and people make it so hard. And so just be love and appreciate and gratitude. And with Sonia, with Natalia today, we worked on so much gratitude and the vibration of, when you're in that vibration and you understand how important it is to be in that vibration, and then you realize when you're not, and then you feel like you have the tools, like I taught her today, how to get back. It's just that self-regulating, like, even like those tuning forks, that what that does to you, all those little things we have now is so important. And then the those nano jellies that I've been taking that are like so opening and so, I I don't know. There's so many things in this world that we are open to that we can start investigating or like trying, and it's just amazing. So I just wanted people to be like with my girls, for example. Paige just graduated on Saturday and she's getting ready, and I can see the independence. I'm trying to think who's here that has that age. So Holly would be the only one that had the girls that are 20. So everyone else has younger. But I see the independent card playing, like I'm 18, and I've raised her in this way, but we have this connection in this relationship. Thank God we do. Or I see the other girls that think I'm independent and here I go. I'm a big shot, right? But to have that connection with your daughter, with these little children that are going to be out in the world, and understanding the presence of the moment and the love, and to love more. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I could keep going, me and my talking, but Holly, I just loved it so much. It was like exactly what I needed, and you just like grounded me. I taught Natalia today, Sonia, how to ground, and she goes, "No, that's earthing." That's what my mom called it. It was so cute.
That's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Well, good. I thank you so much for having me here and coming into your beautiful community. And I hope I can come to a retreat. I would love to come in August if that.
yeah, you're all in. If you're in,
I'm
I'm with
in.
you. Okay.
Let's talk about the details, but I'm in.
Okay. We
Yeah.
will talk.
Yeah.
Love it.
Totally.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. So good to see everybody. And I will see you in August. If not, it'll be August, I think it's 5th is the first August, and then we will be August 25th at the retreat. And then Mish, since you inspired me, I'm going to do some kind of cool thing in October. And I will start planning that. And you really inspired me. Thank you so much. And thanks,
Exciting.
Karen. Yeah, thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Karen. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye.